On the Bills. Buffalo adds another man to the front. They're going to hand to Robinson, right side, through the first wall, around the corner. Here goes Bijan Robinson. Keeps his feet. 30, 25, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Atlanta. Oh, my goodness. The math on this one is easy. 81 to the house.
That was a run. Bijan Robinson is basically lapping the field this season. More than 800 yards from scrimmage, more than any other player in the league, even though he's just had his bye week. It's also the most by a Falcon through 5 games in franchise history. Pretty good running backs in that history as well.
Back here with Herm Edwards, what is it about Bijan Robinson that makes him so dynamic as a dual threat in terms of running the ball, obviously, but also catching the ball out of the backfield that makes him so perfect for that offense?
Well, for any offense, because these are the characteristics, he has great contact balance.
Ooh.
When you watch him get hit, I mean, he's a strong-legged guy. He keeps his balance, right? He's very quick in the hole. He makes quick decisions, great eyes, and he can change directions. So he has some power, but then we saw it here. He ran it for 81 yards for a touchdown.
You really saw the contact balance on that particular run.
And he has speed. I mean, no one's catching the guy. That's unique. It's like Saquon Barkley a little bit, right?
Yeah.
That's some traits like Saquon Barkley.
Okay, so we made it.
You hit Saquon, he didn't necessarily go down. Same thing with Bijan.
Exactly. I think we made a couple of promises when we came on. We're going to give you the star of the game.
We did that.
We're going to tell you what happened. We're also going to take you inside the winning locker room.
Oh, yeah.
Let's check that off the list.
Right now?
There we go.
Okay.
Bring it up. Hey, that was a playoff atmosphere. Hey, that was a playoff atmosphere for 2 playoff teams. Or about to be. Right? Hey, keep doing what you do every day and playing for each other. It's a selfless win. That was a selfless win. But I got to give this up, man. You ended the game with a pick. Hey! Where's he at? Hey, guys. I keep saying it. He's the best player in football. Other than that, I don't care what Greg Beadle says. The defense getting the game ball. Bring it in, man.
Winning is fun.
It really is.
A hell of a lot more than standing at the podium like Josh Allen having to listen to that locker room as he's talking about his loss.
And the equipment man is going crazy right now as he handed out 25 game balls.
Right, all those balls.
Exactly.
Defense don't do it.
But the interesting thing, we were just talking about this, listening to Raheem Morris in that locker room, what makes him a good coach for that group of guys?
He can connect to the players. You know, he's real. I mean, his emotions are real, and I've known him a long time. He was at Hofstra University when I was Jets head coach, and he came over one morning and said, I want to learn how to be a coach. I said, what's your name? He said, Raheem Morris. I said, you really want to be a football coach? He said,
You're like, what?
And I said, okay. He said, you meet me here tomorrow at 4:30, because I was always in the building at 4:30. At 4:30, he shows up. And I went, oh, okay. And then eventually Tampa Bay called. Monty Kiffin was looking for a young GA. And he said, you know anybody? I said, I got the perfect guy. And I sent him to Tampa, and that's how he got started.
But what was it about? Anybody can show up at 4:30. Like what they do after they show up.
But he wanted knowledge. He was trying to gain knowledge. His intentions were, I want to learn the game as a coach, see it through a coach's eye. He was a player. All these players say I want to, but he put in the time.
Okay.
And when I sent him to Monty said, hey, man, this guy's going to be a good coach.
They're trying to change a culture there, obviously, in Atlanta. Change one, establish one, whatever you want to say. They're trying to get a new identity. One is about winning, right? How difficult is that for a coach to come in and do that, especially when you have so many young guys that you're depending on to be superstars eventually?
It's difficult when you don't win. But when you win, they keep buying in. And now they're starting to buy in.
2-game win streak now.
They're buying in. And they're looking at their division. They're going, you know what? Okay. We're okay in this division. We can compete in this division. Their
had a couple of big wins last year, too. This is a team that was, in the conversation in a very weird division.
I mean, right now it's a division that we know who the leader in the division is.
It's running through Baker right now.
It's Baker Mayfield.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. But it seems like they have a clear vision because, look, they brought in Kirk Cousins, and it's like, we pay him this money. But no, the best quarterback we have right now, this was last season, is Michael Penix Jr. He is our future, so the future starts now. That was a decision that had to be made not only in the front office, but especially from Raheem Morris and the coaching staff. So the direction seems clear as well in terms of what they're trying to accomplish.
And you're exactly right, and you have to give the organization a lot of credit because they paid Kirk Cousins a lot of money.
Correct. To become a backup.
Become the backup. And credit to Kirk Cousins. I mean, look, we can say, well, he pays a lot, but he's a pro. He's a pro. He's a pro's pro. And all of a sudden, this team now, their quarterback is Penix, and they know it. He's going to continue to grow and get better every time he plays.
We've had this entire conversation about the Falcons. We've talked about the offense, but what we've not really discussed and what we've not really taken a deep dive into is the defense. Yeah. That is the best defense in the NFL. And if you look at who they've been shutting down, look what they did to Josh Allen. So what is the key, and how do they continue to grow from here? They're very athletic on defense. And Raheem Morris is a defensive guy. So he's got his hands in the pot now a little bit with that defense. And they show up, and they play complementary football because they can run the ball. When you have a good defense, you know what helps a good defense? A team that can stay on the field offensively. Yeah. They chew up a lot of clock because they run the ball.
Then you stay fresh as a defense.
They don't turn the ball over a lot. So, you 3 and out, all of a sudden you're going, hey, we're 3 and out. We're going to be sitting over here about 5 or 6 minutes because the offense is going to take the ball and just, and they play good, and they got good special teams as well.
And they put pressure on Josh Allen.
Yeah, they
did. They're forcing him to do a lot of things he did not want to do. No quarterback would. Much more reaction coming up. We're going to hear from Sean McDermott because his squad right now feels like they're at a pivotal point in the season.
In the worst light possible. And with that, we welcome in Kyle Brandt. Good morning, football. 10 takes in 10 minutes coming on Monday. A little late night takeout here. And I'm told, Kyle, and I'm going to need you to explain it for me and the world, you actually enjoy watching the Jets. Do I have that right? And if so, please explain yourself.
Yeah, I'm a sick puppy. That's just basically all there is to it. Scott, you remember back in the day there was that crazy video series called Faces of Death?
Oh,
it was just so bizarre and so sick. I used to watch them with my friends, and now we're seeing Faces of Jets. And it's that bad, and it's like a dark comedy. I was just laughing during your highlight. You were cracking me up. And I like, as someone who's seen so much football like you, I just like seeing things I've never seen before. I've never seen an end of the first half like that, where they fake a punt and then just go for a cigarette break and be like, oh, it's called halftime. I've never seen after the game when they're asked Aaron Glenn, so Aaron, do you think Justin Fields is the starter next week? And he's like, now why would you ask that? Because we watched the game, Aaron. Why wouldn't we answer the question? I'm all in. I think they're hilarious. Imagine if you were one of these holdouts in the UK who are like not really into the American football, and then you're like, your friends are like, come on, you got a gun, you got a gun. He's like, all right, I'll check out a game. All right. 13-11 is what they went at halftime. What is that bloke saying about what he just witnessed? He must be so confused. This year's answer to the Saquon backwards jump. This is even on the block of this Marshawn Beastquake. This was such a good highlight. This is spectacular from start to finish. I could watch it all day. I'm so glad you rolled it. Roll it again.
I always, at the end here, want to just go Jackson Pollock, just buckshot the thoughts on the wall, the takes. Give me what you got. Go. Anything.
I'm really enjoying watching Aaron Rodgers right now. I love this late-stage Rodgers because as eccentric as Rodgers is, and he is, I find him very relatable to middle-aged dudes. Scott, the whole game, he kind of looks a little annoyed, just a little annoyed with what's going on. His back kind of hurts. And he has what we all want as he has comfort. Don't bother him. He wasn't sacked today. He wasn't sacked another time this year. It's exactly what he wants. And not to mention, he's got expensive middle-age crisis-type toys like DK Metcalf, who is like a walking humidor or a yellow Humvee, and it's just working for him. I like relatable, ornery, grumpy, lower back soreness Rodgers.
Something that we do, Kyle, all of us in media, we'll take the game of the player against a former team and make it a revenge game. Maybe it's just a team you played against. Rico Dowdle had a revenge game. What do you think of what he did against Dallas?
I love Rico Dowdle. I love the fact that he's this year's Saquon all of a sudden. But Scott, I'm going to go inside baseball. Revenge game is a segment producer's dream.
Yep.
Just put that up. The segment is filled. One guy's playing against his old team, and we are just off and running next segment. Most of the time, it is not a spiteful thing. The players themselves will tell you it's a business. Rico Dowdle was an undrafted free agent, okay? The Cowboys gave him a chance. They re-signed him. No one else wanted him. Why is he so bitter that he was there for 5 years and now he's playing well against them? I love Rico. He won the Angry Run Scepter last week. He might win it this week. But I hate revenge games. It's trite, it's lame, and it's one of the true cliches in what we do. I don't like it.
I agree, and no one cares about your fantasy team, but I want to give him more fuel for the fire. I had him on 2 teams, cut him early, and now you revenge against me for letting you go. Rico, I failed you. I failed you, and it's my fault. Keep doing your thing. Kyle, you do the same. Good Morning Football. Check him out. I appreciate you taking the time on a Sunday night.
I love to be here next to a plastic takeout bag on the big screen. I feel super classy. Thank you, Scott.
Yeah, now we class up the joint. That's what we do.